Doing More. I'm Erica Cardenas. We're celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month here at Valle del Sol's 33rd Annual Profiles of Success, an event that commemorates the contributions of Latinos throughout Arizona. Profiles of Success Hispanic Leadership Awards Dinner is held as Valle del Sol's Community Health's premier fundraising event, recognizing champions of Latino leadership. The dinner brings together community leaders, advocates, and community servants who strengthen Arizona communities and the state. As we begin the festivities here at the 33rd Annual Profiles of Success, check out how Valle del Sol is dedicated to inspiring change and strengthening families and community.
Tonight, Valle del Sol and the community are celebrating the 33rd Annual Profiles of Success event. We're celebrating 7 amazing people and 1 amazing organization who have changed the face of Arizona. These 7 people and 1 organization are making the difference in our community for all kinds of people, people in need, people who are hurting, who are in pain, and they're giving their lives to serve them. So tonight we're honoring them. For the 33rd time we're doing these awards in Arizona. It's an incredible event. Valle del Sol is a not-for-profit that's been in Arizona for over 50 years. It was founded by grassroots community advocates. These were members of the Latino and Hispanic community who in the 60s were wanting to fight against the social injustices that our community was facing. These advocates formed an organization to help fight against racism and oppression. And this organization grew over the last 50 years to provide all kinds of services to people in need. Healthcare, mental health care, addiction treatment. We also work on social policy and advocacy work, and we have a leadership program for Hispanic and Latino members of our community who want to go on into public service.
We're all just a bunch of aspirational entrepreneurs. We all have side hustles. You grew up in that kind of environment and community. And so.
This event is a year in the making, that it takes an entire year of planning to make this event happen. Not only staff of Valle del Sol, but community volunteers, excellent sponsors, elected officials, and just plain old community members who come out by the thousand to see this incredible event. I was really adamant that this year around we were going to have a celebration, a party at the end of this emotion to celebrate the incredible people of this community. We looked around and we thought, who better than Grammy award-winning Tejano superstar Bobby Pulido to come to this event? And he and his team were incredibly gracious. They worked with us on every aspect of tonight, and we are so thankful to have them. Cox has been an incredible partner for Valle del Sol over the years. Things like sponsoring events like this, helping get our message out into the community, talking to people on our behalf, talking to people with us. We couldn't do it without them, and their ability to help us spread our message is critical. There are so many inequities built into the foundation of this nation. And while differences are really important to celebrate, because the differences between us make us stronger, they make us a stronger nation, still too often people use differences as a dividing line. The importance of coming together as a community, Latino, Hispanic, Black, Asian, white, it doesn't matter. We are one family, we are one community, and we all should stand together.
Valle del Sol inspires positive change by investing in health and human services to strengthen families. For more information on how to become a mentor or donor, visit their website at valledelsol.com. What a great way of investing in our communities. I'll be back with Doing More after this. Welcome back to Doing More. We're celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month here at Valle del Sol's 33rd Annual Profiles of Success. National Hispanic Heritage Month is celebrated nationwide September 15th through October 15th in honor of all the histories and contributions made by Latino American champions whose ancestors came from Spain and Latin countries. It's an inspiring time to learn about the achievements, contributions, and success stories achieved by notable Hispanic Americans. Plus, it's a time to learn about the variety of Latino culture, traditions, food, and music that has a global influence every day. We headed to San Diego, California, and visited with Episcopal Community Services, who are breaking barriers and transforming communities through programs rooted in action and faith in God. Take a look.
I want to welcome you all today And thank you so much for joining us for the official opening of this beautiful space, our Family Engagement Center.
The Family Engagement Center is open to the public. It's a part of the Head Start program. Head Start, we work with children 0 to 5. That's why we're Early Head Start and Head Start. We offer services starting as early as prenatal. We have a specialized home visitor that goes to the home and works with the family, with the expecting family, and supporting them with resources and information to welcome their newborn baby into their home life and to give them resources as needed. Is catered to the family. Then we also have home-based program and center-based. Our center-based program offers full-day services for families. We have 17 different locations across South Bay. Our home-based program, we have an educator, a home visitor that goes to the home and works with the child and the parent one-on-one services. And we have full-day program services. And what makes Head Start unique is that we work with the entire family. We offer comprehensive services, meaning we offer resources other than preschool education that we get them ready for school.
Head Start has made a difference in our life because it's prepped my kids to become more independent. And I have my last child, she's a little girl, and she did the pregnant service for women, and she did home-based, and she did San Matthews, and now she's in Highland.
I definitely recommend it to a lot of parents, especially if they have young ones and they want to prepare themselves for school. And I think that just kind of gives them a little jump and a head start in being prepared and being more interactive with kids.
The Family Engagement Center is a community hub of resources. What that means is a place for families who they will be able to meet their educational resources, where we're going to be able to have community partners to serve those families in need. We offer a computer lab, which will help the community to go out there and look for jobs.
I think this new Family Engagement Center is going to be very helpful for families that need support with resources.
A great example of those partnerships will be Shariah's Closet.
Shariah's Closet provides dignity and respect, and most people don't think of clothing as a basic human need, and it is, especially when you have a job interview that you have to go to or don't just have one suit of clothes. The significance of these partnerships means everything to those that don't have. Being able to find everything that you need under one roof, I think is really incredible to be able to go to a one-stop shop to get all your needs met.
We're trying to give them that foundation that they will need to succeed in life. And that's what we do at ECS. We break barriers and we transform communities.
Episcopal Community Services, through their programs, are able to meet the educational, emotional, social, health, and nutritional needs of children ages 0 to 5 and their families. For more information, visit ecscalifornia.org. We caught up with Alejandro Ruiz, an amazing Latino artist who was selected to be part of the Cox Mobile Artist Initiative. Take a look.
My name is Alejandro Ruiz, and I am an artist. I go by Revel, which is kind of my stage name. It's short for Revelation, and I am a speed painter. So some people call it a performance artist. Some people call it like a live painter artist, but basically I paint really fast in front of people, and after about 5 to 10 minutes, I reveal the artwork, which is actually upside down. My family are immigrants from Cuba. I'm a first-generational American citizen. I was born in Miami, Florida. Since I was a kid, I always had a really hard time paying attention. I was always daydreaming. I just remember when I was in class, I was just, instead of listening, I would just sketch all day. Honestly, that was my way to pay attention. I had to keep myself occupied with other things to actually listen to the teacher. 7 or 8, I realized that I was kind of good at art. Elementary school, they had the art class and stuff, and I realized I was pretty good at it. I won this award, and I used to draw a lot of anime, comic book stuff. I specialize in live performances, so it's not just about the artwork. It's more of the story being told as I'm creating the piece, and I paint to music. I paint really fast, so I have 2 brushes in my hand, and I'm just kind of throwing paint on a canvas. I paint on a big black canvas, and then I flip it upside down. I had a friend of mine that invited me to go to church, I went, and long story short, man, God came into my life, a spiritual awakening, I think, inside of me. And I found hope. And a lot of the things that I used to struggle with, depression, loneliness, anxiety, they kind of just disappeared, man. And I was felt this joy that I can't really explain to you, but I knew I had to tell people about this joy that I found. And right there, I was like, that's what I got to do, man. My life didn't make a lot of sense, but when God came into my life, he gave me like this new sense of purpose, and he flipped it upside down. I did an event with the Diamondbacks, and then Cox Communications reached out to me a couple months ago to do some t-shirt designs for the Diamondbacks and also for the Padres. It was pretty fun to create that and kind of incorporate their like the logos in a different type of way. I just want to say thank you to Cox Communications for setting up this interview, for having me come on here. I know they're a huge advocate for the arts and bringing the arts to the community. So thank you so much, Cox Communications.
What a way of doing more. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Doing More. We're here celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month at Valle del Sol's 33rd annual Profiles of Success, where Arizona Latinos and Latinas are being recognized for their outstanding leadership. Did you know that as of July 1st, 2022, Hispanics made up 19.1% of the U.S. population, or 63.7 million people, making them the largest racial or ethnic minority in the country? Here are some other facts about the Hispanic population as U.S. Latinos continue to shape our nation as business owners, activists, artists, public servants, and more. From serving in the U.S. military to being champions in the fight for civil rights, Latinos remain strong leaders, trailblazers, and change makers. Take a look how Banner Children's Blood and Cancer Center received a landmark gift to James M. Cox Foundation.
So we're here today to celebrate the grand opening and ribbon cutting of the Banner Pediatric Blood and Cancer Treatment Center, which was made possible by a very generous donation from the James M. Cox Foundation of $5 million. 18 months ago, we were on site here at the hospital and we were presenting the check to Banner. Flash forward 18 months later, and now this space is a reality, and it will be life-changing for the children and the families who will be here and have their children treated here.
The generous donation of the James M. Cox Foundation, what we were able to do was co-locate pediatric cancer services into one setting. So what this will do will allow a multidisciplinary approach to pediatric cancer care. It will be convenient for patients, and families. It will ensure the best care, the highest coordinated care. It'll also support research, prevention for pediatric cancer and teenagers. So it's a very big day.
3, 2, 1. We're celebrating an amazing gift that James M. Cox Foundation provided to Banner Health in order to consolidate our blood and cancer center services for all of our kids and their families. It's just a joyous gift, a joyous time to be able to provide patients and their families when they are dealing with one of the toughest situations you could ever imagine dealing with a sick child. And instead of having to walk from one treatment area to another, through the foundation, the James M. Cox Foundation, we now have been able to wrap our services, it's literally around a center, wrap those services around our patients to make it easier for them, just one less thing for them to worry about. It's really important that we provide connectivity for the residents of Arizona and for all families, that they should ever have to go through the experience of having a child receive treatment, that in the state of Arizona and in the East Valley, they can come to Banner Pediatric and their children can be cared for in such a loving and such a committed way as they have here at Banner.
They're gonna be so spoiled and so loved and so cared for, having all of this new technology, new space, more time for play for the little kids. It makes me emotional a little bit.
On behalf of all of us at Banner Health, we would like to thank the James M. Cox Foundation for making this extraordinary center possible for the families and the kids that we serve.
I am grateful that they support our mission and will continue to use their resource so well, and just very grateful.
Thank you.
We visited PPEP Tec High Schools in southern Arizona, where in the 60s it began as a 48-passenger mobile classroom bus named La Tortuga, or the Tortoise, which taught English and basic education to farm workers. Such a cool story. Check it out.
Buses actually came from a Seminole school district down in Florida, and I bought it for $19,000. It was named La Tortuga, which means a tortoise, and we would drive the bus down to Cerrito. The farm workers coming out of the fields, they would come on board, and we would provide educational classes, everything from literacy to GED, learning how to drive, all the practical things that the students needed to have to actually survive. This is why we continue that theme today. We take the education to the person's mind. Just like we engage the farm workers on the bus, we have the same philosophy of engaging the students in education and understanding that education does create opportunities and what they're learning is meaningful, and it is something that will take them in their career path. PPEP Tec is providing an accredited diploma by the Arizona State Department of Education, just like any other public school in the area, and our education services are free because we are public. We have everybody from migrant seasonal farm workers to refugees, mainstream students, and because of the diversity, I think there's a lot that we can learn from each other. We have a number of campuses. We have one in Sierra Vista, the Colin Powell High School, in Douglas, the Raul H. Castro, Casa Grande, the Alice Paul, Somerton, the Jose Yepes, a famous farm worker leader, and of course Cesar Chavez is the one we have in San Luis. We have a great relationship with the school districts and all the communities we operate. They see our need. We get many of our referrals come from the other public schools in the area. It doesn't matter who gets the credit, as long as these kids graduate and go on to college. When I graduated from Pueblo, there was no money. My dad was retired, but the lady from a church stepped up and said, "You can go to college, I'll pay for it." So that's what's motivated me. We need to give these kids an opportunity to go on and succeed. Without a scholarship, a lot of the dreams that these graduates have are dead end because there's no way of going forward. This is what we want to do through our scholarship program. After all, they are our future. And the better we prepare them, the better off the world will be. I think it's very important to go to our website and they can reach out to our organization and even come to our school, make an appointment. They can meet with the staff there, even have a tour when it's able to be arranged. And we're really glad this is not our school. This belongs to the community that taxpayers pay for. It's their school. We want them to know that we're there and they were engaged, and we want to make a success out of our students.
We'll be back with more and Doing More right after this. Welcome back to Doing More. We're celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month here at Valle del Sol's 33rd annual Profiles of Success, where in just a minute, Latin Grammy Award winner Bobby Pulido will be leading the after-party celebration. Our final stop was at the Lowell Observatory located in Flagstaff, Arizona, whose mission is to pursue the study of astronomy, conduct research, and bring astronomical education to the public. Check it out.
Lowell Observatory is a unique place that does astronomy research as well as astronomy outreach. And so we've had scientists exploring the universe since 1894, which is 18 years before Arizona was even a state. Some of the discoveries that people think about with Lowell Observatory are Pluto in 1930. In 1912, an astronomer named Vesto Slipher detected for the first time the expanding nature of the universe. And so it's a major research facility. But we're also a place where we want to inspire people. Even if you don't do research, you can look up at the sky and be awed and inspired. And that's part of what our founder wanted us to do. He said, I want to do research, but what's the point of doing research unless you share it and make it available to everybody? This telescope was built in 1896, and it's one of the most storied telescopes, not just in Flagstaff, not just in Arizona, not even just the United States, but in the world, because it was used for such incredible research, groundbreaking research. The first evidence that the universe is expanding was detected with this. Percival Lowell's famous research about Mars, where he saw these supposed canals. What he saw wasn't real. It was a phantom, but that was all done with this telescope. One of the most impressive accomplishments of our species was flying to the moon in the 1960s. Moon mapping was going on with this. To get to where they were going, you have to have a map. They made lunar maps with this telescope, and some of the astronauts even came up here and looked through this as part of their training. And so, you know, there's so many different things that was done with this telescope, and then partly because of that heritage, and partly because at night, when it's clear, visitors can look through this telescope today. And it's a inspiring experience because this whole dome is dark except for some red lights, and you find your way over to the eyepiece, and you look through this eyepiece, and you're looking through a tube that's 32 feet long, looking light years, millions of light years out into space. And it doesn't matter how many people are around you, when you look through that eyepiece, it's just you and what you're looking at, and you really feel connected to the universe. So when visitors come here, they walk in our visitor center, and they're walking into a new universe, it feels like, because they can see the heritage here. So in November of 2024, we're opening our new Marley Foundation Astronomy Discovery Center, which is 40,000 square feet of cool and awesome and inspiring and learning about the night sky. If I think about Lowell's legacy, I'd want it to continue to be what it is, as a place for people to go to be inspired, to step back for a minute and look up and enjoy the universe that they live in, and to be one of Arizona's crown jewels.
And as Latin Grammy Award winner Bobby Pulido kicks off the after party celebration, I want to thank Valle del Sol for celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month with us and for allowing us to be part of Profiles of Success. Let's celebrate in solidarity the diverse communities and cultures that are in our country and appreciate the differences that make everyone unique. Like Cesar Chavez once said, we cannot seek achievement for ourselves and forget about progress and prosperity for our community. So let's get out there and continue to make a difference. Happy Hispanic Heritage Month. I'm Erica Cardenas. See you next time.